Welcome back. So we are going to paint some letters. Now you can print off and trace letters. That's totally fine. I've done that and I do that. So there's no harm in that whatsoever. But I want to make a series where we paint letters with florals. Now I know these were super popular last year. This one I did for my granddaughter. I added some gold accents, which I think is cute. The original flowers I put on there I didn't like, so I painted some roses that I did like and I overlaid them. And now I just need to find a frame. So this is a 7x10 piece of paper. So basically, well, 7, like 10 1/4. Anyway, so basically this is a half a sheet of my watercolor paper. And I believe it's 10x14. It is 10x14. So you can use a light box and print off. This is almost dry. I'm going to move this off to the side. And we are going to mix up some greens. So I really like this indigo. So I think I want some darker greens. We'll probably do some lighter greens as well. Some ultramarine. Let's see what phthalo. Phthalo green with a little yellow. Gives us a super bright. That one should give us more of a dark, moody, olivey color. Perfect. And I'll have to mix up some more greens. I really need to find my other palettes and take maybe some of these neutrals out if I'm going to be painting florals with this palette. Just because it's fun. It has beautiful colors. And it doesn't look like I've used them hardly at all, but I really have. Like, ooh, look at that. That made a fluorescent green. It's like a Viridian or phthalo green color. All right, there we go. And then let's some of this pink. It's like an opera pink. I'm gonna kind of be of a peachy color here. So a toned down version of itself. That's pretty. We're gonna need to mix up way more than that. This is probably riveting for you. I'm sorry. I'll probably cut this out. And I'm just going to add a touch, literally a touch of blue. There we go. Kind of dulls it down a little bit. Okay. I'm just kind of mixing a bunch of colors just because I don't want this too orangey, but that's okay. This is still a little tacky. So I'm going to fuss around with mixing some more colors. And we're gonna wait for this to dry. Then we'll come back, we're gonna do some roses. So let me get a piece of paper. Use a scrap piece of paper. So we have our eye off-centered. So here's our eye, right? See, this doesn't matter, but no, I have to fix it. It's neurotic and silly. All right. So we want to do like a triangle. So we want a bigger flower, kind of put one up over here. So those can kind of be like our roses or peonies. And then we'll have some foliage, right? Then we'll have a couple of different types of foliage, right? And then we'll have some like little berries or flowers that way. And I'm trying to keep to the rule of thirds-ish, right? Then here we could put a smaller, here we could put a smaller, and over here we could put a smaller. So if you see, everything is in more of a triangle. I'm trying to do that because the rule of thirds is real and it's more pleasing to the eye. And also the focal point is the I, the letter I. And so the flowers we want to draw in to this I. And I think it's dry. Not trying to rhyme. OMG. I think I'm going to go with a smaller brush, a size 8. And I want this kind of purpley, I would say this is like a Quin magenta. I'm just going to use that straight. We are going to paint some roses. Now, because of how we messed everything, the roses are going to be partially hidden. That's okay, compared to the other one where I had them overlapping, because I had cut some of those florals out. So you can do that as well. And then also we can go back in once it's all done. If you want a flower to come forward, we can paint over the eye. You have to kind of do a little bit of blending, right? But that's okay. Totally do that. I'm doing C curves like we've done before in the videos. So we have those. Let's add some floral elements. So I love these thicker belly brushes because when you push them down, so it's thin, so barely any pressure, no pressure. They're just so pretty. So we have a set of there. And I always feel free to turn your paper. We're gonna do like a bigger set, like down here. Then I want another one, but I'm going to curve it. So like having this out kind of gives me an idea. So I'm looking at this. So this kind of goes out this way. I think it would look better if we went in a little bit following there. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm not making the leaves perfect. If they have little edges, that's okay. And then over here we just have some leaves, which I'm going to use a little bit of a darker color and make it a little fatter. And kind of off to the edge here. Then this one has like a couple different kinds of leaves, which we're gonna, over here, I kind of want to mimic up top. So we're just going to do a couple of some fatter, chubbier leaves. And then we're going to do some leaves like that in that darker olive color. We're gonna pull this style of leaf. I'm not very good at doing, so it'll be good to practice. And putting some leaves over top of other leaves just makes it look more realistic. And then so we have those here. We should put one kind of over here. Hopefully I'm not off. Out of camera sight. Okay. And then we're gonna add the little flowers, which I want to do this like almost neon-y peach color. So we're going to do little flower blobs for these. And maybe we only see a part of that one. We're going to take that same pink of the roses and we're just going to tap in the middle there. I am going to take some brown and do a little tap there. And just mixing up a darker green. on this side we should have a leaf here. And just because that's a different color, I think we can put one there. And kind of out this way, which makes this look a little funny, but we'll fix that. Okay, and with that darker green, I want to add there. I'll try that there. And then I guess that way. We're gonna put in some purple, which I'm gonna dull down a little bit with some yellow. Then all we're gonna do is make little pouncy marks. Add more water, get different colors. And let's do this guy. And we may need to add more. So I'm thinking we need one over here. We need one kind of coming this way. And I think I want one like right there. So these are really super simple to paint, like super simple. Then the roses, I think, I wish these were a little, they were still dry. I mean wet, not dry. They're too dry right now. So I want to add some more definition. Just stylize it a little bit. So I'm laying some color down. And just because I like a certain style of watercolor, I'm trying to mimic that, even though I should have done this when it was wet. A little damp still. Would have made it a little easier, but that's okay. What I'm trying to do is add more depth and contrast, and still in the loose style that I enjoy. So I like having the contrast in the pigment and the watercolor itself. I like that dual tone. So now with our leaves, most of them are dry. I'm going to go back in. We're going to use, I think Let's try some purple. This may turn out ugly and it'll be, I'm not brave enough. Let's do a blue. I am comfortable with a blue. So let's go back in. So I have like this cobalt teal color. Some pinks would be fun. You don't have to do it to every leaf. So I'm just gonna pick a few. I'm gonna draw some in. Trying to use a light hand, not always my strength. I said I'm not going to do every one and it kind of looks like I am. I'm going for the thicker belly style, like these more olivey green ones, just leaving this one. We should at least put in a hint. All right, now for this guy, I'm just gonna dab in kind of around it some pink, and then we're gonna take a fairly dry brush with some of that darker color on it, and we're just gonna kind of push it like that. So this is done. Now we're just gonna wait for it to dry. We're gonna remove masking fluid. I have a really decal style edge, which is okay. I just wanted to smooth out a little bit. We'll remove this and then we will color in our eye. I'm not sure what color, if we should do gold or if we should do probably gold. All right, we'll be back. So we are back. So I did find my, I don't want to move it. It is my gold Fine Tech. I believe this is Arabic gold. I have an entire palette, which I couldn't find, but this is my favorite gold. So I'm glad I had this in another palette. I'm going to be using a fine point synthetic. Excuse the noise if you can hear that. You do with Fine Tech because it is a mica. It's so pretty. Add water to your pan. This is very diluted. Once it sits there longer, it's going to get thicker. And then that's when we're going to apply more. So we're just going to go through here. And I keep stirring it because that water is going to soften that hard cake of metallic watercolors. Oh, they're so pretty. Fine Tech is one of my favorite. I'll do it for things like this and little accents and watercolor pieces that are mixed media, and also brush lettering. If you guys are interested in brush lettering, that's one of my favorite things. I can do a couple videos on those as well. Okay, so we did that first light wash. Now I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to play with the really stir this. I want it to be a thicker consistency than it is right now. Right now, it's like a little thicker than like skim milk, maybe like a 2%. And what I really want it to be is like a runny yogurt. And I like the thicker application. So what happens is more pigment that is released into the water, the thicker this becomes. The viscosity. So let's go ahead and see. We're getting there. It is so pretty and sparkly. I probably used too much water, but that's okay because I had such a big area to paint. I didn't want to run out, so I did fill this up quite a bit. So I'm just going to do this for a few minutes and I'll be back once it's ready. So we're back. This isn't 100% dry, but you can see this paint, how all that water has really soaked in. Now watch when we lay, like look at that, how pretty, it's so creamy. And then what we're gonna do, just go back over, and then we're gonna be done. Then once it is all dried, you can see the picture at the end of the video. That should be coming up any moment. For you, that is. Alright, so there we have it. Our eye letter with some florals. It's super simple, super easy, fun. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.